Hey everyone. I know I sound a little tired, but that's because I am. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to, I don't really know what to say, because it's like, the thing is, right now I have to focus on an outline for my college writing class and my presentational speaking class, but it's like, I just don't have the motivation to do it, but I'll try my best to at least be motivated enough to at least do this next review, so that way we can at least get to the home stretch of Season 4. I know it's kind of brief, but honestly, I just don't have any motivation to do anything right now. I just want to go in my bed and just sleep. But it's like 6:19, and it's still tiring. But let's just get this done. Let's get to inspiration manifestation. Say that 3 times fast, or rather 5 times fast, whatever works. As soon as it loads. If you're wondering what I have to do while this thing is loading, for my college writing class, I have to do an outline on one of 13 cultural myths, and I want to do the cult myth of crime in America, and I have to use my school's library database to try to find resources so I can have planned out by next Thursday, because that's when the outline is due. And for presentational speaking, I have to do a presentation about a turning point in my life, and I just don't know what to do it on, but I'll think of it as I go. So let's get into inspiration manifestation. This episode starts out with a rather bustling courtyard. So would that mean the book buys its Winter Prize? So yeah, so apparently this is the full and Philly fair. I don't know, I guess it's like a carnival in the town square. And Rarity is working on a special puppet stage to give to a puppeteer. You know she's the only dragon that she knows of. That and she's the only dragon she knows and likes. Because the other dragons that she knows of are kind of pricks. And yes, I'll be getting to that eventually. So Rarity expresses how she's worked so very hard how she made this dazzling puppet stage, and you know you can just move them out of the way, right?
It appears I won't have a traveling puppet theater to use after all.
By the way, am I the only one who thinks that pony looks like Willy Wonka? Maybe he did retire. So that explains why he retired from the chocolate factory business. So yeah, that guy's a bit of a prick, and shatters Rarity's confidence. So yeah, that guy was a bit of a prick, and because of his disliking of the cheer, instead of asking her to do stuff like, oh, I don't know, maybe like move the wheels downward or move the plots out of the way, he just straight up hates it and disowns her, and this ends up showering Rarity's confidence and creativity.
So that puppeteer didn't like your exquisitely crafted best puppet theater in the history of puppeteers' puppet theater. You can just contribute something else in the form of film fair. I suppose I could. Oh, forget it, Spot. I'd never have something finished in time.
And yes, it even gets to the point where she actually does the girl stereotyping of how they eat ice cream when they cry. And I'm surprised that she doesn't get brain freeze from eating the ice cream that fast. In fact, I wonder if it's possible if you're crying and you end up getting brain freeze at the same time. I wonder if that's possible.
I wanted to leave my creative mark on the fair, and I failed. Oh, miserably. And that makes me miserable.
And again, I'm surprised that her tears don't turn to ice. Again, I really want to see if that's possible to be crying. So to try to help Rarity out, Spike goes to get Owlicious and heads to the Princess of the Two Sisters to try to find a special spell. And
So it's up to me to come through for her in her time of need. There's gotta be some kind of spell that'll do the trick. Oh, come on, help the dragon out. Oh. It's not for me, it's for Rarity.
okay, this is the one nitpick I really have to complain that kind of bothers me about this episode. The whole Spike not understanding Owlicious by saying who, because that's what owls do, it's really starting to get old. And it's only a minor nitpick, but I just really hope that Spike can come to an understanding of owl talk at some point, because this joke has kind of run its course after 4 seasons. So eventually Spike finds a hidden chamber within the castle and finds a special book that glows green. And rule of thumb, if something glows green and has crows in the background, that obviously means that it's evil. Oh yes, and it has spikes on the front. Yeah, that's totally going to be a safe book to use.
What? If I wasn't supposed to have it, it wouldn't be so easy to get. And covered in spikes. Look me.
Okay, I gotta admit, that's pretty funny.
Inspiration, manifestation.
So Spike reads from the book, and apparently he finds a spell called, what the title of the episode is, Inspiration Manifestation.
Instantly brings ideas to life. I'm liking the looks of this one.
And we find out what Rarity has eaten loads of ice cream. How exactly her brain isn't frozen as solid as ice is anyone's guess, but Spike comes to offer to give the book to Rarity.
Fine. Precious thing. I already have magic.
Oh, and she also got chocolate too.
Now, create something in time for the fair. That counts. I suppose it's worth a try.
And she doesn't even regard with the spikes on the front or the fact that it's off of a stone tablet. It's safe to use.
From in the head to out in the world, every thought to action. Hold poetry, book, and through this spell you'll start a chain reaction. Project forth whatever beauty you see. Only when true words are spoken will you finally be set free.
So Rarity reads the spell from the book, and it causes her magic to go from light blue to green.
Did it work?
And
There's only one way to find out.
And she tests it out on the book.
Oh my! I thought about making this a much more beautiful spell, and I have.
And right away she goes mad with power with testing it.
I wasn't about to give up, but like a true friend, you come through with flying colors. We must find the puppeteer right away. So now they want to the most fabulous.
I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Sorry, buddy. It's good, bud. Straighten up those clothes up on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Brian.
You kind of see what I have to deal with, and okay, let's get back to the episode. So, in case you've been wondering, Rarity decides to show off her talent.
Yeah, well, it is gorgeous, but that was never the problem now, was it? Oh, well, this one does seem to travel.
And it works.
Hold up, my friends. I say, Miss Rarity, I don't know how you managed to do so in such a short amount of time, but you seem to have redeemed yourself.
And an apology might be in order, dirtbag.
How did you manage to do so in such a short time?
As a matter of fact, she used to have a designing order for picture.
And again, he never really apologizes. So, what does Rarity end up doing with this new spell?
But, of course,
Don't just take a guess.
see you tomorrow. What? No, keep it for a few more hours. No harm in that.
You do realize when you say something like that, you know something's going to go wrong. And speaking of which, Rarity starts shooting lights out of the room, and take a guess what happens. No, seriously, take a guess. Yes. Seriously, how did Spike not notice that?
Spike,
Ugh.
I'm so glad you're here.
And apparently you need a bit of a wardrobe change. So it turns out that Rarity has done some renovations to her boutique. And it's starting to go a bit...
I've never been better. The cook given me is amazing. But I've been up all night just creating and creating and creating and creating. I completed my
4 fashion lines in one night. Seriously, if she was on Project Runway and she was able to have this spell, she would finish her 10-piece collection in no time. But that's me.
for the next 15 seasons. Wow! But then I started thinking, let's find stuff there. Oh, but I've always thought this canvas could use a few beautifying upgrades.
So yes, so as everybody knows, because of the book that originally had spikes on it, it starts to have Rarity to cause to go mad with power.
And with this book, I can make that happen with some ease. So will the book and his endeavor by letting me keep the book just a little longer? Of course I will.
And that's actually a nice hint of subtlety that I like about this part. See, this is actually one of the few episodes that has Spike in it that I actually like. Because that hint of subtlety with Spike's eyes moving back shows that he's a bit hesitant and thinks that Rarity is starting to go a bit insane, but he doesn't want to upset her, but he knows that what she's doing is wrong. So that's a nice hint of subtlety that I actually like. And speaking of which, Rarity starts to...
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Why, that cart hasn't an ounce of stylish flair.
Maybe a bit too much.
May I say, just telling me again, what in Rhubarb pie just happened? Isn't it delicious? It's amazing. You should ask Applejack if she wants you to get all the Apple family cards to make over. Oh, I don't really think I need to ask permission, darling. Everyone loves surprises, especially when they're gorgeous ones. You're right. Every pony does love surprises. Wait, shouldn't even tell anybody, but it's me who's behind all those fabulous change opportunities. Such a fun little secret for the three of us to share.
You know, I really have to admit, this episode also scored points with Rarity going mad with power. You know how in like Lesson 0 where Twilight becomes more and more deranged the more she puts off her work and stressing out about her friendship lesson? Well, Rarity's kind of doing the same thing here.
The three of us? You, me, and the unicorn.
You know, am I the only one who was probably thinking that this would actually kind of be like a spell book from Zatch Bell, and Rarity would have like a Momoto to go mad with power with, if the Momoto was kind of a jerk? And Spike is starting to realize that maybe Rarity's taking this a little too far.
You won't say a word to any pony. Spy. And I also know just what I want to do next. Yes. Take that. And that. Yeah. What in the... Yes. I've always thought Rainbow Dash could use a little more glamour. And now look at her. Now busting with style.
Or maybe you just did that to get back at her a bit in Sonic Rainboom. Maybe you had a little bit of envy with her from then.
Moving on. She'll be fine. It's just a dress. Wait for your favorite dragon.
Yeah, she's totally fine. So then they go to Fluttershy's bird's house and...
Try that one over there. No, that is great. Shoe pocket? Oh dear. Maybe try the staircase? Oh, no, the other staircase. It's gorgeous. It's probably the most beautiful birdhouse ever created.
if not the most confusing.
I'm just not sure how the bird feels about it.
Yeah.
What does a bird know about architectural design?
Something very simple for it to live in and also be good enough to find its food.
Well, that is what you think, Spike, and you love it. Don't you? Of course I do. It's so... rarity. It is, isn't it? Ooh.
It's really nice that Owlicious is actually having more of a prominent role. Because like I said, Spike knows that what Rarity is doing is wrong, and the more and more lust that she goes for power, he begins to realize that it's more of a bad idea, and Owlicious is hammering the home the point saying, just tell her, but Spike is afraid to ruin his friendship with Rarity. That's one of those things I like about this episode. Especially at this party that has clowns and a mariachi band. Maybe Pinkie Pie has something to do with it.
Why, this party is certain to make the society page now. Won't Pinkie Pie be pleased? Happy day to you! I am simply buzzing with ideas. Simply buzzing. That's great. But, you've been at this for a while now. How about you take a break? Give that brilliant mind of yours a rest. Don't be silly. Enough of this stuff now. Why, I won't stop until every inch of Ponyville has benefited from my creative vision. Starting with you, Spike.
I'm not sure how exactly that's supposed to weigh him. I'm not sure if that was supposed to weigh him down or something, but...
You look fabulous. All because of you.
Actually, it kind of looks cluttered.
Anything for my favorite dragon and most supportive friend. Come, there's so much more to do.
He would, except he can't move.
Oh no, not you too. What do you mean, not me too? Oh, judging by that outfit, I thought for sure. What? This? I just wanted to try out a new look. You like? Well, in that case, have you seen any ponies suspicious around? Nope.
So Twilight tries to investigate what's going on.
The has been turned into solid crystal, and 2 ponies are now trapped inside its walls.
And then Spike begins to realize, oh wait.
I made a promise to Rarity to keep this to myself. But you're right, Aloysius. I have to tell. And once I do, I can forget Rarity thinking of me as the most supportive friend. I can forget Rarity thinking of me as a friend at all.
So he finally decides, and for some reason got out of that gem outfit.
I can't do it.
And apparently And apparently after going through some walking, apparently down the shiny yellow brick road. What was your first hint? The shiny yellow brick road? And once again we see Rarity going mad with power. Apparently turning Ponyville into the Munchkin Land.
What do you think you're doing? Me? I was just, basking in your creative readings. Oh, Spike, you do say that nice with space. Thanks. Yeah, where was I? Oh, yes. Those playing rooftop for everybody.
I really like how when Rarity goes mad with power, when she's around Spike, she has this like two-faced split personality. See, one side is innocent and loving, and the other side is deranged and insane.
Don't you think it's time the rest of Equestria benefited from my creative vision?
Camelot's a bit fancy enough, and Manhattan is a bustling city, so...
Absolutely! Oh, I'm thinking we go by chariot. Or as everyone will soon be calling them, Rariot! Oh, yeah, we should definitely go by...
Oh.
How did you do that? Why, what the hell do you mean? The book. It's gone. The book is gone. Ah, why, it's right there. I need my book, Spike. What have you done with my book? Why would I do anything with your book? We're friends. It was probably the owl. Oh.
I like how Owlicious is just like, screw you, man. Screw you.
Wait. I don't seem to need it anymore, do I? Yes. I can feel its magic flowing within me now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. Places will go, Spike. Manhattan, Philadelphia, Camelot.
Aren't they already famous cities enough? So, when Spike realizes that Rarity has gone too far, he finally says no.
What did you say? I said no. You've been changing things, but you haven't been making them better. I should have told you the truth at the very beginning, but I didn't because I was trying to be a supportive friend. But instead, I let you become something awful. Awful?
And realizing this mistake causes the spell to be free.
What happened? Mary, you okay? I think so. Though by the looks of it, something quite terrifying has happened to Ponyville. You have me? That's part of the spell. Only when true words are spoken will you finally be set free.
Yeah. So yes, this is actually a nice hint of subtlety, because it wasn't just any other spell. It turns out that the last set of the words in the spell says that only by saying the true words would Rarity be free from the curse. It's actually a nice hint of subtlety that has making me really like this episode.
You wanted to change everything in Equestria. I was afraid to tell you how I really felt about it, but then I told you the truth. It's fine. You should never be afraid to tell me the truth. We're friends, remember? Today I learned how important it is to be honest with your friends when they're doing something that you don't think is right. A true friend knows that you're speaking up because you care about them. But never, ever, ever, ever take another book out of the library, at the castle, without asking. Princess Cadence and Princess Luna have much better things to do than help me clean up Ponyville. Do you have any idea how hard it was to reverse that much dark magic? You don't look so good. Why? I'm just being honest. It's what good friends do.
And that was a good way to end on a good episode. I'm serious. This was actually a legit good Spike episode. It's really nice that he actually has him actually being a good guy for once. And he actually learns his lesson. Not to mention, and a lot of hints of subtlety is really what makes this episode shine. And it really is showing how it show that even if you want to be supportive to your friend, there has a time where enough is enough and you have to be honest with them. It's really expressive, it's enjoyable, it's funny, and honestly there really isn't much else I can say that many people have already said about this episode. As a whole, I would give Inspiration Manifestation an A. Hey. It would have been an A+ if not for the Owlicious Spike joke thing. It's only a minor nitpick, but like I said, it's kind of getting old. But other than that, it was a really good episode. And with that, we are finally nearing the home stretch of Season 4. Thank God. I'm Flick King Gamer, and next time we will see the Equestria games. The episode that only had a couple brief appearances in Season 3 and had about, 2 or 3 episodes mentioned of it in this season. Well, it's finally time to see what it's all about. See you next time.